Hello everyone, Star Ultros here. With the global servers going downhill pretty fast for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, I decided to make news videos myself for JP now, since I play this version just as much and maybe even more actually. So I figured it was a good way to just like try to get a little bit more people into it maybe. And also, today for my very first video, what better way to kick it off than with a very special guest, the man himself. Sinzar is joining me today, so you can say hello to everyone. Sinzar?
What's up, guys? So this feels a little bit like a role reversal, but it should certainly be fun to do. I get to be a guest on a JP video today, so cannot wait.
And same here. I'm honestly very excited to have you here. Very excited to talk about this banner, because what better way to start with than with an FF6 banner? Last week, well, 10 days ago, we had Terra and Shadow, and now we have Celeste on her own, or Seals, if Sinzar wills, and then
That's the
Kefka.
proper way to say it.
So we have Seals here, traitor to the Empire Seals, and Kefka, Final Fantasy VI, not to be confused with Kefka from whatever other game he might be from, with his amazing sprite for the Fallen Angel Kefka here. Really love the sprite, by the way, amazing. This is a reward for the Awakened series boss battle fight. So you're gonna want to go and do 1,000 clears for it with all the missions. We're gonna look at his their kits and everything in a few minutes. But first, I wanted to start with Celeste because she is the star of the banner. She's a DPS unit, as you can see here. She also has a leader skill, and she doesn't have a shift form, so she is an SLB unit. Let's go through her things. So she has a regular TMR. Her STMR is just an accessory with 88 attack, some demon dragon killer, and 500 flat stats. So very common here. Her card also kind of generic whatever, giving spirit and attack. I wonder if they were expecting to give her some tanking capabilities. What do you think about that?
Yeah, looking at her kit, she does have full uptime on all of the mitigations, physical, magical, and general, at
Yes.
75%, which is pretty good. And she's got some racials as well. So she definitely has tanking tools without cover, though. So it's close to Sylvie in a way from the global server. All the mitigations, but no actual covering.
That is true. And when I looked through her kit, I was really excited to see these because they're very useful on, especially on some units that won't cover those things from turn one or have a harder time keeping them up. I'm just thinking of, say, Onion Knight that we've seen lately. To get his mitigation going, you need to use his LB, and then you get the skill to use it. So you gain a turn at least from her, and she can keep it up like full uptime. So that's really amazing. In terms of stats, honestly, I'm not a big math master, so I don't know if she compares to the others. Have you looked at these?
For Neo Pluses, I always look at the exact same thing. What is the baseline of their offensive stat? And from the very first Neo Plus until today, it has never deviated.
Oh, wow.
740. Every
Okay.
single one. From last well till today, every single one is 740.
Okay. Well, at least, consistency. That's great. And then when we scroll down, her resistance, well, we were kind of expecting a little ice resist from her, from, the character's lore and everything. She's always been an ice magic user. So, which reminds me, we didn't look at her categories. She is a lightning, ice, and light unit. Also, rebellion, gathering, elite soldiers, and battlefield maidens. This is one of the newer categories for the female protagonists. Elite soldiers is what Clive is leading. Gathering to go with Shadow and Rebellion. Well, that's actually what she is leading. That's her leader skill for 1250. 1250 Rebellion and 1000 for FF6. So she's actually a pretty good leader for that team, and she fits in with Ice. Lightning, I guess, with Shadow and just Shadow, yeah, not Terra. But Light with Terra as well there, so that's pretty neat.
The thing I really like about her leader skill is it's so far, in my opinion, the best one
Agreed.
that ties together a party with Cloud.
Yes.
Because
And
now you've got the leader skill that completely covers that category and the overdrive that completely covers that category. That's the first time that they've perfectly harmonized, and it's really nice to see.
you're right. Rebellion kind of needed that because Cloud is. You always want to bring Cloud since he's not elemental. You kind of want to bring him to every party, but sometimes you can't fit him with the leader skills. So that kind of sucked. So really glad to see this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we look at her kit, um, so she has a 150 amp for herself only this time. After Terra, it's kind of disappointing. For Ice, Lightning, and Light, her three elements. And then at EX2, she's gonna get the 500% LB buff like all the other NVs. What do you think about that? What's your thought on not getting an AOE amplify this time?
It's kind of weird to me because Terra had two things mostly unique to her going for her. She had the AoE 150 amp and the double 90 break to both defense and spirit. No one's had either of those ever. So I figured like maybe one of those is, Terra being a special snowflake, and one of those was going to be a standard going forward. But so far, it's been just Terra. And yeah, I was absolutely expecting the 150 amp to be just the standard, and I guess not. So surprised.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a surprise. But I guess we raise our expectations too high from one unit, and that's on us.
Yep.
So now she has, the standard 50 amp, 25 imperil, and 120 LB damage, well, LB mud buff. She has, for flavor, her usual, it's not even flavor, sorry, it's really useful, but, she needed to have a runic ability. Then triple cast, it's really standard. She has a 400 times chaining for ice, for light and lightning, that's also lower for some reason. Non-elemental 300, that's standard for every unit so far. Like everything lately has been having those. Then she has a 300% LB damage buff to go with Shadow's 400% attack magic stat buff, which is mostly useless because every unit's going to use the 400 or 500 for the bursts. The 50% sword and peril, which is pretty nice. But you're probably always going to be using her with Terra if you have Terra, so you're just going to have two of those. Now she has this 100% light and ice imperil. It's just, why did you give her that if you didn't want to give her like the 150 like Terra? And you're going to mostly use her with Terra anyway, so that's redundant and useless. Unless, the fight keeps going for hours and hours. Like you go to turn 6 or 7, then maybe you're going to need that. I don't know.
So I will actually give you one counterpoint, speaking from a pleb point of view.
Okay.
As someone who has been living off EX0 units for quite a while in JP, it's nice that is not EX locked, while her other Amplify is.
That's true, that's true.
So if you get her on either a daily pull or half off, or maybe you go like 2 steps but not the whole way for the 50 super fragments, having something at EX0, I really appreciate that because, yeah, if you've seen my JP videos, half my party are EX0 these days, and I really feel the lack of some of those skills that are locked at EX1 or EX2. So I'm kind of glad to see that.
You're right. I forgot about this. And it's true. Like, not everyone's gonna have Terra either. Like, how can I be thinking like a whale when I'm not even one myself? I don't even have Terra myself. Well, on my main account, I mean, my alt account has Terra, obviously. Now, if we keep going, Spinning Blade here, we're gonna come back. Sorry, Spinning Edge. It's a Japanese name for it. We're gonna come back to it later. It's our main chaining move when you're gonna go non-elemental. Here, this one for a mod buff for it, and also enable another skill that you're going to use the next turn for another mod buff for it. Here is the mitigations we're talking about. So this is the Sylvie kit here. You can give 10k barrier here, 75 general mit, human, physical, and magic mitigation, and then the other ability here is the 75 for physical and magic. And this is on a 3-turn cooldown for 3 turns, so it is perfect uptime. Very good design here. Tipping my hat to them. Very, very happy to see this. And then she has this here for elemental resist for all three of her elements. Pretty nice. Now here, something pretty special. This is also a runic one once again, but for 2 spells. So that's 1 use per battle, but it's, I think nobody else ever did that. Right?
Ash does the 7-star Ash, Dynas.
Oh really?
I
Dynas
forget, I forget her
Scion?
name. Not the Neo one, the 7-star
Oh
one.
sorry, yeah, the
Um, I
something
forget her.
Princess Ash, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
She does a 3 stack, and I was gonna kind of point that
Oh.
out, that it feels really bad that the like progenitor of this whole ability
Mm-hmm.
only gets a 2 stack, while Ash, who didn't even really do anything like that in 12. I mean, I guess like the Dusk Shard absorbed magic kind of, but even so, like Celeste should have had the 3 stack and Ash should have had the 2, or they both should have had the 3. So only 2 on Celeste as her like featured Magnus ability. You know, unfortunate, but it's
Mm.
still really good. It's still really
Yeah.
good that it's a double, because a lot of fights you're going to want like 2, 3, or 4 abilities, and they don't stack with themselves. It has to be innately stacked, or it won't work. Or you've got to do it with multiple different units. Like
Yeah.
you can't triple cast her 1 stack, and it won't be like a 3.
Mm-hmm. So at least there's that for the use. I don't remember how many fights we needed to bring 2 or 3 different sources of Nethicite. So at least we got 2 in 1 here. So there's that. So once again, she's helping with the tanking. And to take care of those pesky dispels sometimes that are hidden behind another spell before. Now she has self-imbue for ice, for thunder and light. And they were doing this global thing, now removing all the other element imbue before, so that's good that it's still there. That's the lightning chain, lightning imbue, and here she has human killers, 160 for everyone, and that's not even an EX ability, so that's pretty great. So pretty nice to see this. She has actually a lot of utility. Now, we see here another mod buff for Spinning Edge. So that's if we add everything together, and now tell me if I'm wrong. I think it brings her at a modifier for 8,800 times, and she can triple cast it with 2 other abilities, because this is Spinning Edge here, a cooldown with like 2 other chaining ability, so that'd be 9,600. And now if I did my calc right, that'd be like about the same as a 1066 LB. Am I completely wrong there, or is that okay?
Well, for this one, I didn't specifically calculate her alternative damage yet, but I will say that ever since they've been doing these multi-element tag units, most of the time the LB will be a elemental lock skill, or LB, and then they'll have a powered up temporary chaining skill for their other supported elements like Yuffie, etc. All of them have been doing this. And in every single case so far, like the main LB, just as a throwing out example, will be like a 1000 modifier with the LB buff and all that. And then their alternate element will be something like a 975 modifier. So like really close to their primary, but like 5 or 3% less. So because her LB is 1080, if you're saying that her modifier comes up to about 1066, that sounds exactly like the rest of them, so it's probably correct.
Good. So at least my math is not completely out of this world. And a good thing as well is it's 1 turn cooldown, so you can use it every turn. She can keep going and going. She just needs to ramp up again with her modifiers if you want. Well, I mean, that basically makes it an SLB, I guess. Yeah, actually.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a 3 turn, and then 2 turn. So yeah, you can only do it like once every 3 turn. But still, pretty good damage. And her LB, actually, I capped it at 1090.
Oh, it could be. was doing it by memory.
You robbed her of 10 times
Yes,
modifier.
yes.
How dare
I've
you?
got it right in my spreadsheet, but I did that, 20 minutes ago. I can't be expected to remember 20 minutes ago.
Same, honestly. What did we talk about at the beginning of this video? I can't remember even myself. And that extra 10 times modifier that you just stole her was sent to Evoker for his crowns a month ago.
Oh Lord, you need this.
Poor Evoker. All right, so that pretty much covers Celeste, I think. Was there anything else you wanted to mention about her?
Um, I guess not really. It's I don't even know why I consider her like a tank unit. Because like in the game she really wasn't at all.
No.
But it's like she definitely has those mitigations in her kit, but
Mm-hmm.
I just wish she had that cover thrown in as well. Like Onion Knight got cover in his kit. Like we can't get some for a classical tank. Like Onion Knight has never been a tank, and all of a sudden he is. Celeste has always been a tank. Even in other games, they give her like tanking type skills. Like I'm not sure where the mythology of her being a tank came from because it wasn't from 6.
No,
But
definitely not.
but most of the games seem to like consider her a tanking unit, and this one, the mitigations are huge, and that's great. I love to see it, but I just really would have liked to see a cover in the kit. But overall, it's a good unit.
Yeah, definitely. Are you going to try to go for her?
Me, I'm thinking she's definitely going to get either 5 or 10K for the partial step up.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the end like I did for Terra, because after that happens and you don't get the unit, you feel real bad, and that
Yeah.
just happened with Terra. 30K down the drain, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's getting either 5 or 10K, and then if I get her during that, we'll go the whole way, get the shards, and we get immediate value from that.
Okay.
But I think like 5 or 10K, and then we're gonna stop.
All right. Well, I wish you luck on your first 3 polls and the free poll. Who knows? You know me. It's FF6, so I'm definitely gonna go all in. All in with my whole 1K lapis that I currently have on my main account.
Oh, I'm saying you're saying all in. I'm like, is he going 30K or is he going like the pity plus the 30? I'm like,
Oh
oh,
no. Oh no.
so
I'm
all
going,
in for you is like a half pull.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna go 1 poll with like the event is gonna give me enough lapis for 1 poll. A couple of days login is gonna give me enough for the other poll, and then I'll pray to God that I can get enough for the 3rd poll to get my free poll, and my alt account. Yeah, there I'm gonna go all in.
Very nice, very nice.
And now the other unit we have is Mr. Kefka here. He is Ice Dark and Harbinger of Chaos. That's the villains unit, so like all the other SSB units. So nothing surprising here. Ice and Dark fit him pretty well. I'm pretty sure all his units have been using Ice, and I'm not sure about Dark, but I know that his 7-star unit and NVA were Dark as well, so nothing out of this world here. TMR, pretty nice hat actually. 86 is not bad, especially for TMR. And a little bit of MP recovery, always nice. And then I think all the SBB units have had something like this, right?
I definitely know a few of them have. Not sure if all. They could have been all of them. I really don't know, but a few of them definitely have. I will mention though about the TMR. The unfortunate thing is it is locked to series, unfortunately.
Oh, equipable only to him.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right. It's only Kefka.
Oh, that's literally him
Yes.
exclusively.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I saw the 6. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's all 6s, but only him and oh
Only him.
wow.
Oh,
So
well, never mind.
that's well, not that good then. Well, I mean, it's good for him.
It's good for him, yeah. But you would always equip it to him anyway, just for that, for the 500 static. Oh well.
Yep.
And then he doesn't have a vision card. Oh yeah, that's true. We didn't talk about Celeste's EX ability when she gets EX3. It's for gathering a 500 attack.
Is that the first for 500 gathering? I know Maria does
No.
500 magic. Does anyone do 500
I
attack?
think Vaughn does it. It does it.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see. Vaughn. That wasn't Freedom Seeker. What was his name?
Youth.
Youth from Rabanestra?
No,
Rebel,
that not
no.
that one. No, it's something longing for freedom in the skies, Vaughn. They got a stupid
Oh yeah.
name. I don't
Wait.
know.
Let's try Skies Vaughn. Youth longing
That's
for the
it.
skies.
I was right. I was right.
You got it. Yeah, Gathering. Yeah, it's a Gathering
Okay.
500 attack,
Okay.
so she's nothing new. But I
Gotcha.
mean, for people who don't have Vaughn, that can be good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now back to our boy Kefka, Mr. Dancing Mad himself. That's for FF6 category, 500 magic, so it's to go with Terra, I guess. And
Pretty
with him, of
much.
course, as well. Now for his kit, there's nothing very special about him. Well, he has some self mitigations. I also think that was pretty similar to all the other SBB units, because I know Emperor had something like that as well. Vayne had something like that as well. I'm not sure about Cloud of Darkness. Actually, I didn't bring her to EX3 yet. I've been a little lazy, but I should
Uh-oh.
get on that soon. Do you know if she has it?
By memory, I don't remember because I haven't actually used her yet because I
Yeah,
had Onion. So therefore, for all the serious boss battles, Cloud was never really a factor for me. So I haven't
true.
really used her. So I haven't really studied the kit yet.
Fair. I mean, you might use her when you need to use like dark units or something. But
Hmm.
self mitigation's always cute, rarely that useful anyway. And she has, no, he has, sorry, we're talking about Kefka here, the 500% LB buff at EX2, which you should probably just get for free once you just unlock it anyway. Because as soon as you get them, you get enough fragments to bring them EX2 easily.
Hmm.
Now he has the LB mod buff, 120 like everyone, with the focus. Now, as soon as I saw this here, I thought of you. He has no, not this one. Sorry, Escape Battle is not what made me think of you. It's the this one here, where he can go and hide for one turn.
I was. I had that on my mind. I was gonna mention that during the video if you didn't, but yes. So Global can't do it, but JP can.
There you go.
Like, I am over the moon to see that. I love it. I love it.
And I wonder, would he keep his focus just using this?
Focus he would not because
No.
using the hide would consume the focus. Yeah, focus is consumed by any skill, whether it's a magic skill or not. So
Okay.
no, using that would eat the focus. But you could hide from like an AoE dispel
Mm-hmm.
or anything. Like there's a lot of reasons to hide for a reason,
Yep.
and there it is.
Always useful to have it, in a pinch or when there's going to be a big hitting attack, and you can't gear him for resistance and everything. You can just hide him for that turn. It can be very useful in DV actually, especially
Oh yeah, for
lately.
sure.
Like I don't know, what's your feeling on Dark Vision? Just a quick little tangent here. On JP, I feel like all the bosses deal a lot more damage, like all of this physical and then magic damage, and it's really hard to gear to take zero damage. What do you think?
So I have mixed feelings on that. Okay, so at a game design standpoint, I love it. I love tanks, and the joke has been on JP server, tanks have been useless for like 5 years because it's just like all DV all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that makes tanks viable, I love. So the fact that air quotes, are forced to bring a tank to Dark Visions, I love it. Now the issue I have with this is the way they go about it because they are forcing tanks while at the same time selling you that one unit that is a tank plus a competent damage dealer. So the real reason is, hey, please pull Onion Knight. And I don't like that. I never like one unit being like so critically important to a rank that you either have to pull them or just like, drop a tier. And that's kind of the way it's being done.
Yeah, I feel you there. Like when the game just tells you pull this unit and you're gonna be fine. I don't like that either. It's like usually you want to be creative with your comps and play around with the units you have. And that's not really encouraging that. So I feel the same there. I also like using tanks. I don't like that we have so little content to use them on. I also love tanks. Like when Rain got released a couple of weeks, a month ago I think. I was over the moon. Like, really, such a great tank, great damage dealer, amazing. Then Onion, he's okay, but that's a physical tank. But the Omni cover is really, really useful, and like very good unit overall anyway. But my problem is that it's in Dark Visions. I don't like needing to bring a tank to Dark Visions because all the high heavy score, they're always going to bring no tank at all. They're going to gear for perfect resistance. They're going to have Mirage. They're going to have everything figured out to not take any damage. And then, like the pleb like us are just going to walk in and be like, yep, well, I need a tank. And then just like that, you just gimped your damage and you're not even competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my feeling on it, but we could use more trials, basically is what I'm trying to say, I think. How long has it been since we had a Grace trial? Like, we need light still, we need ice, we need... What else do we need? Earth.
I think we're only missing 3.
Yeah.
So light, earth, and ice. Yeah,
Usual
that's
forgotten element.
Yeah, but and the Grace trials are usually better with a tank.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the best place for tank use would be the Chamber of Arms, like the Wicked Queen, and then the Tegmine fight, whatever his name is, the Envious guy.
Yeah.
Although I feel like they kind of dropped the ball there too, because the Tegmine guy is like, the Queen was released at a time where like blowing through the phases fast enough to not need a tank was not possible on the JP server.
Mm-hmm.
Not counting the bug, there was a bug where you could glitch it, but that was fixed.
Yeah.
The Tegmine fight, they released it, and I feel like within 2 weeks, it was already to the point where you were killing it one phase at a time instantly, and it kind of trivializes the fight,
It's true. I've seen a lot of videos where people just burst through it in like 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
3 turns, it's done.
And if you do that, you don't need a tank. So it really, like, that's the perfect place to sell a tank, is that kind of content.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to make it to where you can't just overpower it so hard that you skip the need of a tank.
Yeah, and then you know what they did to fix that issue? They force you to bring certain comps, and then that tank is not that tank, like that super OP unit that's gonna burst through all the thresholds easily is not gonna fit in that team. So like, you need to do the slow and long clear, like go and do everything if you want to unlock all the fragments for the unit. Frankly, though, I haven't done Toshalus, whatever his name is. I can't. Oh, never mind. I was about to say I can't wait to see how they're gonna localize it in global, but
Nope, that'll never happen.
I don't think that's
too late. Too late.
Too bad. In the fan translation when that comes out, because I think someone was working at translating the game.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, I think someone's working on translating the JP game. So maybe they're gonna be the official the official name from now on when they finish it.
It'd be super cool, but I will say from experience, as someone that loves playing fan mods of classic games, you will see 99 started projects, and one of them will finish to every 99 that start and get abandoned.
That is true. That is true.
If it happens, it'd be awesome, but I'm not holding my breath until it happens.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, whoever you are, if you're listening to this video. All right, now back to our boy Kefka, because he's gonna get mad and kill us if we don't finish talking about his kit. He has this buff mechanic where he buffs both his high damage skill and also his main chaining skill before. Well, not main chaining, but like smaller chaining skill before. And when you add everything together, what I had him at was 7,740 for his chaining, which is about the equivalent of 860 for his for an LB, which you could do for dark with this. Like, that's dark magic, as opposed to his LB, that's ice. So 860 dark. So
now, is that including is that just the skill right there you're mousing over, or is that one plus 2 more of the chaining skills?
It is plus 2 of the chaining skills. So when you chain this twice with all the buffs, with that at the end, that's the full
Oh,
860.
oh, okay. So what I was about to be like is actually, it won't work that way because of the focus ability.
Oh no.
But I just noticed this refreshes the focus in the middle of the chaining.
Yep, they learned with Cloud of
Oh, that's
Darkness.
so awesome.
It is like they really started to build that with all of their magic units now. I said Cloud of Darkness. It's Terra that does this, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't have her, so I couldn't tell you.
It's okay. I'm the one with Terra. I never used her chaining yet, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Terra that does that. So pretty good to have
Okay.
this because it makes the chaining now potent as well, instead of being that throwaway thing that it's going to deal so little damage compared to the LB. And then if we go down to his LB right now, before we talk about the rest, his LB is 760 plus the 120 from his mug buff, so that's 880 for ice damage. So very,
So,
very close.
just for curiosity, read me that Japanese. What is his LB called? Is it called Light of Judgment?
Nope, not no. Sorry, it's awakened. Blizaga. Oh, what's that? Is that dance? Wait,
Oh, I have no idea.
give me 1 second. I think it's dance. Dang it.
You know what? I can cheat on my screen and I can tell you what the
I'm good.
auto translate tells you.
Yeah.
True Blazaga Rampage, according to Google
Oh.
Translate.
Good. Hi. Yeah, dance wildly. So it's a wild dance. So a mad dance. Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty cool. So, just out of curiosity, in the rest of his kit, did he have anything called Light of Judgment?
Let's see. Is there any light in here? He has hyperdrive, which I think is the light of judgment when in Japanese. Well, no, that doesn't fit. It's dark. This one's something wings. Let's see. Is there any light in there? No, that's ice. No.
Oh well, missed opportunity.
Well, you know what I would have liked is that they had a Heartless Angel, or Fallen One, I think it was called in the original Final Fantasy 3, and I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah, because we can't have anything Christianity involved. No angels.
Yeah, I think it was Fallen One, but then this one here is, yeah, Wings of Destruction, so it is wings, yeah. But no, there's no light, unfortunately.
Oh well.
And now to finish up on his kit, well, some flavor things to poison enemies, because that always works, right? When's the last time you actually inflicted a status ailment to an enemy?
As far as it mattering, I mean, this is a long time ago, but the Ashura trial poison was a big deal to get
True.
20% just taken off.
True.
I mean, this is that's like 3 years ago, but
Hey, we had to revisit it not too long ago for missions on GP.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we need
and
to
I'm
do
sure,
it differently.
I'm sure you definitely had to inflict poison to get that extra 20%.
No, but I had to bring a tank for when she resurrects. So there's
Oh.
that.
Nice.
And then he has a very useful field here, which I really like. So it's 70% amplify for dark. So kind of like Cloud of Darkness, but instead of being both an imperil and amplify, it's a stronger amplify only instead.
I mean, that's like the best there is 70% right now. That's really good.
Yep, he's going along with Lulu without being Lulu, so he's much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Lulu.
like I saw that and that was like really awesome for me.
Yeah.
Who is the AoE dark amp on the Jekt, isn't it?
Yes,
The AoE dark amp.
but
Okay.
Cloud of Darkness does it too now. Right?
The AoE 100
I think so.
AoE.
I think so.
Oh wow,
Let's see.
that's kind of awesome.
Uh,
I don't remember Cloud of Darkness having that. It's the FF3
It's
one,
fine,
yeah. I mean, if she did, I overlooked it, but I don't think she did.
Because I thought she completely replaced Jekt. Unless she has the amplify.
What? Oh my God, she
Mhm.
does. I did not even know that. So I can make like a competent dark party now
With two
with all
mages.
these free units.
Yeah, that's actually surprising, you know.
Wow.
So she imperil
That is,
fields,
so
she amplify, and then
that's
Kefka does the 7 field.
170 with the field from Kefka.
Yeah,
That's
and
really good.
back home goes Jack and Lulu.
That's so because these do way more damage than them too.
A lot more,
Like
yeah, because they're MP
dramatically
plus.
more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not even comparable. Like, sorry, Jack, you just got released on JP, but you're worth nothing compared to those.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. And then Kefka also has like an AoE 85% break, so you know can be useful in a pinch.
Pretty good.
And then buff defense for 300%, and spirit as well, and small mitigations for the entire team. Once again, in a pinch, I guess it can be useful, but that wouldn't be the reason why I would go get the unit right away.
You do that because it's Kefka.
You're right, exactly. That's the reason why. But yeah, I'm very excited to go and try that fight. Honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go. Especially since my main account doesn't have a very potent FF6 party, but we'll see. Um, I'll, I'll see what I get during my Celeste polls. Anything else we'd like to mention on Kefka? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, is the Celeste banner gonna be open immediately when servers come up?
Yes, yes, it's coming
Okay,
right away.
nice, nice.
So like, once we're done with this video, count an hour, and I'll be pulling.
Nice.
Um,
As far as anything else about Kefka, I mean, not really. He's like you say, he's got a few utility things. The field is absolutely amazing. He's got the 85 break, so he's definitely got a few tools in his kit. But at the end of the day, he's mostly just a damage dealer. And from the calculations, it's expected for a free unit. He's up there, but not anywhere near the top of the meta.
yeah, and now
But he's good.
you mentioned calculations, so how about we go to your spreadsheet and take a little look at the units
Okay.
on there before we go talk about the events. So if we look here, we have Kefka here. So he
Yeah,
sits.
I will tell you, for anyone viewing on the screen, this is like, where's the magnifier glass?
Oh, sorry.
You
Yeah.
gotta you gotta zoom in like a lot. There
Forgot
we go.
about
That's a
that
lot
first.
better.
Here you go. So our friend Kefka here is at 2.6 billion, and that is as usual, like considering the same blah, 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 criteria as any other unit on the sheet. So it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on what you're bringing. But 2.6 billion for a free unit, just higher than Cloud of Darkness. So we take that. That's a win. Sadly, it doesn't compare to the Undying with the MP thing, but that's on global, right?
I should actually delete that calculation because I'm pretty sure that that's never going to be a legal calculation ever.
My heart
So
broke.
yes, we will never see the meteor undying, unfortunately.
Sadly, I agree. Like, there's no chance they're gonna bring it if they've been skipping all these things. So, you can remove it. And then if we scroll a little higher, then closer to the top of the list, we have Celeste here at 4.6 billion. That's extremely strong, especially for all
And
the utility she has.
And I will say, one kind of negative for Celeste is she doesn't have a good access to a good weapon. Unless I'm mistaken, there is no like 405 attack power two-handed sword in Dark Visions, right?
No,
Just the magic one.
yeah, it's just the magic
Yeah,
one.
and she's using a sword in calculation, so she's using like Lightning's 240 sword. So she's missing a lot of attack power. If you give her the Dark Visions Great Sword with that crazy variance, she'd jump right up there around Rain and such.
Yeah, like actually over rain, as we calculated earlier, right?
Yes, but that's assuming you give her something like Yuffie's Weapon in Peril too, which she has no support at all for great swords, so
Yeah.
you would have to bring that externally.
But then
But if you
again,
do, then yeah, she's like crazy.
yeah, and I mean, Yuffie kind of fits on the team being an ice unit anyway, so.
And Yuffie's also a rebel, isn't she?
She is, yes.
There you go. It fits. Perfect.
That's really, really great. And then she can Imperil Field, and she can do the 200% Omni Killer on Celeste as well. So that's a lot of support you can bring.
Oh yeah, like this whole rebellion party. I mean, it got amazing with Cloud. It just keeps getting better and better.
Yes, and now like bringing in Terra, Celeste, Yuffie. Is Jill a rebel? No, she's not. Right? She's not.
I don't think she is. No, she's a royal, but not a rebel.
So sadly, she won't fit on the team for the 200% in peril. So you can have Shadow instead. Is Shadow even a rebel?
You can actually look at my sheet because it actually tells you right there.
Ah.
You see on the right side of the column, little X. Oh no, I'm in on the actual the DPS sheet. You see it to the right, the categories. I have a little X, so you can see.
He's not. Oh.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh well. Too bad. But Ice is. I don't think we've ever said that in the entire life of FFBE, but Ice is really good right now.
Seems to be, yeah, for sure.
That's surprising, impressive. So yeah, that's the damage. What it's looking like. Now, if we go look at the events, I didn't get the news images for the events, so you're gonna have to read Japanese here with us. So this event here is the Protectors of the Tower of Rubble. So it's probably Kefka's junk tower. So do you think we're going to be fighting against the statues?
If you want to, that the link I just sent you, it's actually available now.
It's working now.
So
I
just sent you a link in Discord.
Okay.
There you go. It's against the Guardian, who,
Yes.
if you try to fight him early in the game, you cannot damage him. You have to run away. But later in the game, for unexplained reasons, he's damageable.
Because we got stronger.
Oh, that must be it.
And so what we're getting from it is something here with 50 attack power, something here with 50 magic power, well, 50% magic, sorry, and 50% attack, both with a nice 5% ice resist. Wow. Groundbreaking. And then, it's, I think that's a raid. Yeah, that's a raid, so go ahead and use your orbs all easily. And that's about it. Then
I guess I can. Oh, okay. And here's another. I'm going to send you right here in Discord.
There should be another one for the weapon.
Yes,
That's forgotten by time.
That's against
Ultima
Weapon.
This one is actually that's Ultima Buster, I think.
Oh, Buster Weapon.
Yeah.
So do you want to hear? You want to hear a fun story about him?
Go ahead.
Going back to my childhood.
Yeah.
So I still remember this. This is like so long ago. My first time doing the floating continent on when I was a kid and beating the game for the first time. After I did the save, when you do the Air Force battle and you land there, I did the whole floating continent, and I never found that little save point in the bottom right corner. So I did the whole continent. I didn't jump off. I was just wandering, and I saw that guy standing there, and for whatever reason, I thought he was like an NPC. I'm so stupid. I go and talk to him, I fight him, and I lose the battle and lose my entire progress from that entire floating continent because I lost him. And yes, believe it or not, I lost to a Final Fantasy boss as a kid, and it was to that guy. I forget why I lost, like whatever reason. I just wasn't that good as a kid, and I lost to him. It was like I was so mad.
He was actually quite strong on the floating continent. Like, if you weren't expecting it, especially after going all through the continent. Especially if you didn't heal at the save point, then he can kick your ass. But this is the one that you fight in Kefka's tower in the bathrooms.
Oh,
yeah,
that one. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
The pink one is the blue one.
Gotcha.
This one was kind of a pushover because at the end, when you make it there, you're pretty strong anyway. And I must admit, when I was playing on Super Nintendo, please everyone forgive me, but I was using I'm not going to say it's a cheat, but the exploit of using Vanish on the enemies and then Doom to kill them.
Oh yes. You
can just
and then they can't read that. That's such a bug. What a cheater!
I know. I'm sorry. Please don't ban me. All right, so this guy here is giving us. It is for the gathering. The gathering unit is 60% magic that we're getting here. So that's the farmable event where you're getting not farmable. Sorry, the weapon quest, where you're going to go and fight 3 or 4 levels to get that EX ability for your NV Plus units. So magic is pretty rare for those. I'm really glad we're getting more. And gathering is good for Terra. It's good for, I think Dark Fina is gathering as well.
The Xenogears units too. The I just said her name. The Maria.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think anyone uses her anymore.
True.
But it fits on. I mean, I mentioned Dark Fina. Why would we not mention Maria?
She is better than Dark Fina.
She is. Actually, she is. And yeah, that's it. That's the events we're getting for the following 10 months. I mean, also the the SBB, Awakened SBB for Kefka here. So, you know, go and use your
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. Like, hopefully you're going to succeed and make a video about it, so I can try to copy it, because I'm still not good enough to do it on my own. I'll try, though. I will.
All right, I'm going to link you this, and maybe you can tell me from the news. This is the SBB news.
Okay.
Does it tell you if it's going to be all 4 stages, like the 3 statues and then Kefka, or are we going straight to the final boss? Does it tell you how many waves it is in this news?
Let's see.
Or it actually might not say. I don't know.
Yeah, they're talking more about the unit itself, the fragments. Let's see what they say on the first part. FF6 units are getting buff. No, they're not talking about how many stages you get here, nor there either.
Oh well. The 3 statue fights weren't that hard anyway, but it'd be a shame to lose them, you know.
Yeah. I think that if they went and, you know, did everything for the others, well, no, none of the others that they've used before were in more than 1 fight, were they?
X-Death was 2, and then Kefka was 4. All the rest were 1. And we haven't gotten X-Death yet.
Yeah. But when we get them, though, you know what we might get?
Bartz. I'm ready.
Exactly, your favorite boy, Bartz.
it's gonna be July 1st. He's gonna be the featured unit of the month. I'm so ready.
I can hear you huffing the hopium from here. All right, so I think that pretty much sums everything. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I'm just glad that we're, you know, at least one of the versions has weekly content still. Like, this whole video we've talked about is literally just this week. You're going to be getting all this kind of stuff again next week. So,
well, not next week, in 10 days.
10 days. Okay,
yes.
You're right. 10 days. 10 days.
Also,
3 times a month.
Yeah, exactly. 3 times a month. So, that's pretty exciting. If you want to come play JP because you're not playing yet, come play. It's a perfect time to do it. And
I will say about Kefka, the unit, right there, his animations are awesome. You can see him in the Discord channel. Nasta already shared the animations. They're really good.
I'm going to go and give it a look after we're done, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, that's about it. I'm probably not going to cover the next news on release, unfortunately, but I might make a video when I come back, because I'm going to go on vacation for a couple of days. When I come back, maybe I'm going to do a video, you know, retrospectively talking about the latest banner. So we'll see if I do that. So
can't wait.
Thank you very much for joining me today, Sinzar. That was a blast, and I hope to see you again for another video soon.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.